life. But on holy days, they would never do anything in the fields. It was a day for the family to enjoy. So in the afternoon, children in the village agreed to go for a walk. First, there were two girls, Mirjana and Ivanka. Ivanka's mom actually died 2 months before that day, and she wanted to go for a walk with a friend. She wanted to talk with someone. And in one moment, as they were walking the road down the apparition hill, Ivanka said she felt the need to look towards the hill. And she did. She said Our Lady was there. She did not appear. She was there looking at us. So she said to her friend, "Look, there is Our Lady standing on a hill." But in that moment, Mirjana was thinking, poor Ivanka. God knows what happened to her. Her mommy died, so probably she was hallucinating. She didn't bother. She didn't look at all towards the hill. She just continued to walk and chat. And as they were walking and chatting, they met the other 4 children from the village who decided to join them. They came back at the very same place again. They were standing. Ivanka was the first one to look towards the hill, and she said she was there. The most beautiful person they have ever seen in their lives. There are no words that can describe the beauty of our Blessed Mother. But that day, Our Lady had little baby, little Jesus in her arms. She was just covering and uncovering the baby. She was looking at them, and she just wanted to show them the reason why she came to Medjugorje. Back in 1981, Our Lady told them the only reason she came to Medjugorje is to bring us all closer to Jesus. And it is the same still now. The only mission Our Lady has is to bring us closer to her Son. That day they were too scared. They didn't know what to do. They were so confused because they have never heard it is possible for Our Lady to appear. So they just ran back home. Mirjana, she said, when she came home, she said to her granny, "We saw Our Lady on a hill." And her granny was a little bit upset, and she said, "Leave Our Lady in heaven where she belongs. Take the rosary in your hands and pray." And she said that night she prayed more than she had ever before. It was a night of fear, so many questions. Is it possible that it is really Our Lady? Why us? They always say they are not the best children. They were not the best children in the village, so why us? But the day after, they were very curious. So they wanted to see what is going to happen and if they will see her again. They agreed to meet in the afternoon. They decided to go closer to the hill in a hope that she will appear. And as they were walking the road towards the apparition hill, in one moment light flashed 3 times. But their family members were with them that day. They followed them, so everyone were able to see the light. But for the visionaries, it was a sign where to go. For people who were with them, it seemed to them like visionaries, like something carried them up the apparition hill. They just disappeared. They found them 15 minutes later. They were kneeling and talking with our Blessed Mother. As soon as she appeared, they started to pray. They fell on their knees. They prayed, "Our Father, Hail Mary, and Glory be." And that day they spoke with our Blessed Mother for the very first time. First question that they asked Our Lady was the question from visionary Ivanka. She was 16 years old, and all she wanted to know is where her mommy was. She said, "Our Lady, where is my mommy?" And Our Lady said, "Your mom is with me in heaven." So I believe this time, as we travel towards Medjugorje, we all have that one little question in our hearts, that one question that we want to ask our Blessed Mother. So use your time and do that. She invited you to do so, as she did invited Ivanka. Ask Our Lady about anything that is in your heart, and I am sure that we all do get answers. You will get the answer on your question. So on the 3rd day, on the 26th June, already news spread so quickly hundreds and hundreds of local people gathered on the Apparition Hill, waiting for the visionaries to come. And as they climbed the hill, Vitska's grandmother, she advised Vitska to take a glass of holy water. She said, please, sprinkle that lady with holy water. And if she's from God, she will stay with you. If not, she'll go away. So Vitska did, just to make sure once again, it was really Our Lady. She took a glass of holy water and she sprinkled Our Lady with holy water. And Our Lady just smiled and drops of holy water disappeared from Our Lady's dress. It was a final sign. Our Blessed Mother appeared in a village in the middle of nowhere to 6 children to give messages to all of us. Through them, she gives the messages to all of us. And first message was given on that day, on 26 June 1981, when our Blessed Mother said, peace, 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 and only peace. Peace must reign between God and man, and among men themselves. So since then, Our Lady gave so many messages. And I find it like a little notes that we leave in our home for our family members when we leave the house. We write something for them. It is the same way how Our Lady does. She wants to remind us about things that are very important in our life. She wants to bring us closer to her Son. And I don't think she will stop giving those messages until we accept them. And I find it very sad when people read the message and they say, well, Our Lady said that before. She's repeating the same messages all the time. She does. Because we are her children. And in a very, very gentle way, our Blessed Mother is repeating the same messages until we really accept them and start living them. And in one of her messages, Our Lady said, my dear children, if you only knew how much I love you, you will cry with joy. That is how great the love of our Mother is. So now, almost 43 years later, there are still 3 visionaries, Maria, Vitska, and Ivan, that still experience the daily apparitions of our Blessed Mother. Just try to imagine, 43 years, every single day, still, they see Our Lady. And as they shared with us, before Our Lady comes, they can see everything that is around them. But when Our Lady comes, everything around them disappears. They can see only our Blessed Mother. And Mirjana, Ivanka, and Jakov, they see our Blessed Mother once a year. And Our Lady chose a certain date, and she promised to them till the rest of their lives, they will see her once a year. For Mirjana, that's March 18th. For Ivanka, that's the anniversary date, 25th June every year. And for Jakov, who is the youngest among the group, that's Christmas. I have to say that when Jakov has his last daily apparition, that day he was in America, and he didn't accept it so easily that he won't see our Blessed Mother on daily basis anymore. He was only 10 when the apparition started for him. So a few months he didn't want to see anyone, he didn't want to talk to anyone, and then first talk he gave, it was in front of his house. Pilgrims were waiting for him to say, to hear what he's going to say. And he said, I know you will say, it is easy for me to say this. But he said, I realized that it is more important to see Our Lady with the eyes of your heart than with these eyes. He said, for so many years, I just waited the moment when I will see her. I knew I would see her, and I didn't prepare in any special way. But now, he said, through the prayer of the Rosary, I can see our Blessed Mother with the eyes of my heart. So I hope that today, as we travel to Medjugorje, we'll start the journey with the prayer of the Rosary. And every time we say, Hail Mary, we say to our Blessed Mother, I love you. So I hope that we will all be able to see Our Lady with the eyes of your hearts. And I asked Luke to be very kind and to lead us in the prayer of the Rosary. So do you agree if we start with a prayer now?
Yes.
Perfect. I just would like to read before we start. I would like to read the message, the last message that was given to us when our Blessed Mother appeared. Message, March 25th, year 2024. This is the message for all of us. So instead of children, we can put our name in the message. Dear, in this time of grace, pray with me for the good to win in you and around you. In a special way, little children, pray united with Jesus on his way of the cross. Into your prayers, put this humanity which wanders without God and without his love. Be prayer, be light, and be witnesses to all those whom you meet, little children, so that the merciful God may have mercy toward you. Thank you for having responded to my call. This is the last message, the last note that Our Lady gave to all of us. So just before we start with the prayer, we are very close to the city of Dubrovnik, so definitely now you will have a nice view on the old part of the city. But I just need to check if there is anyone who needs a bottle of water